おいこら、早とちりするな。戦わないが、手伝わないとは言ってないだろ。今回の件は、ハウリア族が力を示さなければならない。容易ならざる相手は、ハウリア族なのだ。
I am such a flip-flopper, and I think sometimes you have to kind of like recognize within yourself that like your opinions do change. But honestly, like what a liar. At the end of the episode is the ED, right? And I have praised several different anime this season: Dandadan, Danmachi, Pokemon Horizons, the new core, Arifureta, and I think there's like one more in there. It might be like Do Over Damsel, or there's basically like 4 or 5 anime this season that have just some fire EDs. The two that I think stick out the most in my mind is Arifureta and Danmachi this season for a variety of reasons. But like I was just like at the end of this episode, it was like ooh. And then you have UA going like, I was like, oh my shit. I was like, oh man, this is the best ED of the season. So I just be flip-flopping a lot. Anyways though, episode number 2 of Arifureta season 2. I think this is what we just watched was episode number 2, right? There was absolute fire. And it feels like we're much deeper into the season. So far, what I'm really loving this season so far is kind of like the core plot line, which is like a bunch of like the Halua, the bunny beastmen essentially. And I'm really liking that core storyline. And the second thing I'm really loving is Shea or Shea, however you want to call her name, and just the love that Hajime is giving for our favorite bunny girl. Typically, all throughout season 1 and 2, there's always like this unspoken love for Shea or Shea. And he's never like Hajime's never really been really physical and never really been like very vocal about his adoration and his love for Shea. And this season so far, within just the first 2 episodes, his love has been abundant. He's been a very physical toucher, and he's been very vocal about his love for Shea and how she's just that important to him. And he's not hiding it at all. So it's 2 parts. It's one part that he is understanding that he needs to be more vocal, to kind of like, show his love more and show that she matters more, especially as he begins to see her in certain states that involve him needing to get involved and make it known, so that way she kind of gets back down. But second, I think it's part of his maturity as a character too, because he's obviously living the harem dreams, and as he has UA, and as he has Shea, and as he has Tia, I always F up her name. Tia. Tio, right? As he has Tio, as he has best girl Kaori, as he now has Shizuko, and then as an extension, he also has our favorite teacher Aiko, and then his little baby girl future waifu Miu, and then moms as well too, right? So he has this big plethora of harem. So, he obviously needs to spread love and make it known that the love is there. So I've just been really loving that storyline, that dialogue of him actually being open and showing that maturity, with Shea, and showing that, he's, she's a cut above the rest. She matters more to him than any others. And he's making it very known, like his actions aren't being driven by his wanting to help or be the hero. He's doing it specifically for Shea and to make her not sad and to make her smile. So I just love that. And I'm like, damn, we're 2 episodes in and we're getting all this Shea love. And I'm like, yeah, I love being able to see that, because again, it's one of those things to where we always knew it's there, but him kind of being very vocal and being very like physical touch, like he grabbed her tail to kind of get her back down, like being physical touch like that, like that's him like really showing him like, yes, I love that. So I definitely want to call that out. Then you have the Bunny Man, the Bunny Beast Man stuff, and you have Shea's dad, and basically torturing his torturers into submission, and that's just funny, and the Beastmen are totally okay. And we find out that their plan is to go and conquer the Empire, because the Empire is basically, they've been on the hunt for the Bunny Beast Man, and he's basically like, if they don't put a stop, like they have the power, and if they don't put a stop to it now, their race is going to suffer. And I like how Hajime at the end was like, yes, I'm going to help. I won't do the fighting for you, but I will help you get to where you need to be because of Shea. Again, once again, I love that. So it's very interesting to see what's going to happen with the Empire. It's going to be interesting to see him get, he got them fired up. I mean, their eyes were just like blood, he got them all fired up. I love to be able to see that. And I just thought that was so good. The other things I really like about the episode is, since Shizuko, has kind of like silently joined the harem or whatever. I like how Tio recognized it this episode and she was like, hey, like if you're feeling a certain way, if you want to get spoiled, that's the guy to do it. And Hajime is definitely willing to spoil her. And I like how she was, when she found out that Hajime and Kaori haven't solidified the deal, she kind of felt relieved in a way, knowing that she can kind of slip in there as well too now. So I'd like Shizuko as part of the harem. And it's been a very interesting addition. Now, Kaori does need to get more spotlight, and I do think that she needs to get the done for her as a character. I think Hajime needs to kind of spread the seed a little bit more. But I definitely love the Shizuku edition, and I love the Pink Ranger Kimberly line, and I love Hajime's just gaslighting that he did for 𝐜𝐡𝐚𝐧𝐬𝐿 and the hero group this episode. And I love how Shizuku recognized, like, yo, what? You're too excited about this? I do not like any of this. I like how she was like not with it. And then you had the villains or like the bad guys or whatever making fun of her, and she was just dying inside. So I love that whole Power Ranger storyline that they had this episode. And I like how Hajime was just vindictively excited about getting them to do it and just manipulating 𝐜𝐡𝐚𝐧𝐬𝐿 like in the palm of his hands. One thing I will say though that is annoying is 𝐜𝐡𝐚𝐧𝐬𝐿 as a character. He's written to make it clear, he's written and he's purposely annoying. He's supposed to have the hero complex. He's supposed to be the goody two shoes. He's purposely written that way. So the author definitely accomplished me being annoyed with him as a character, because every time he's on screen, I'm just like, I just want to punch you in the face. And I like how Hajime also expresses that. He's like, hey, calm it down, okay? So I love that quite a bit. But anyways, yeah, episode number 2, fantastic. I feel like we're much deeper into the season, and that is a great feeling to have. Considering this one is scheduled for, I think, 16 episodes. We're getting a lot of Arifureta this season, so love it. So join me all season long. But I love that it feels like we're deeper into the season. And a portion of that is, I think, my attachment to the show. And I've rewatched season 1 a lot. I've rewatched season 2, I think, like 3 times. I watched it once for the channel, once for the dub. And I think I watched the dubbed again, just like as I was playing. I think I was playing Pokemon or something. Like I was just kind of like passively in the background. So I've watched season 2 like 3 times. I've watched the movie or whatever the OVAs were. Not the movie, but the OVAs a couple of times. Not the most recent ones, but season 1's OVAs a few times. So it might be because it's still not fresh, but it's one of those anime I've rewatched it so much that I never really forget. So I think that's why I kind of feel like, I feel like we're pretty deep into the season. But regardless, it's a good feeling to have. Maybe you have it too. So let me know in the comments down below. But yeah, Studio Asteroid is firing all cylinders this season. I love it. All right, friends, I'm seeing you guys next week for episode number 3. Peace.